our next topic. According to some reports out there, She-Hulk might be in a bit of trouble, which is why we've seen so little. And it's also gotten that later this year date. And most people believe it's probably fall or late fall into winter. So, what's your take on this? What do you think, Mitch?
I mean, the quotes that are given in these articles, they're always like nothing. So, some people don't like some stuff that's been shot, but they've turned it around before, so who knows? So, okay. That's all I took from that article. It's like, cool. So like, you don't necessarily like a thing, but you're seeing it not in a proper edit. Like, okay.
Yeah, so they gave you the good old, well, according to this person is in it, but they might not make it into the film. So if they're not in the final,
cool. That's literally every project ever.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, there's a part of me that believes that there could be some structural trouble for She-Hulk, and that's the sheer fact that they are making a courtroom comedy procedural. Like, Marvel Studios has never done that type of thing, so maybe they're a little bit out of their element with a 20-minute comedy that's in a courtroom. Like, maybe that's a factor of it. That's the only thing I could see. And maybe they're looking at it going, boy, this really feels out of place. And that could be a worrying aspect.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. It's like, this whole fourth wall breaking is a bit, like, it doesn't feel like the rest of it. So it's a bit weird. I don't know how else it's going to go down.
Exactly.
It's like, could it be bad? Oh, of course it could be bad. It could be awful. All right. But I've got no reason to believe at the minute that it is.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, let's be honest about this one. And I'm going to just take a guess. I have no inside knowledge or anything. I haven't talked to anybody. She-Hulk needs to take the most amount of time out of every single show for Disney Plus because it's the heaviest CG show. And we've seen everybody point out with Moon Knight, boy, that car chase in the first episode sure is dodgy. Imagine if She-Hulk looks dodgy the entire runtime because she has to be hulked. No, you don't want that. You do not want that.
Yeah, you don't want like a Morphin Orc looking Jen Walters running about.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, where's the textures?
So, again, I'm going to lean on, it's probably had some problems, as most projects do at one point or another. I'm going to believe that they probably did some reshoots and will do more reshoots as they do with everything. But the whole trouble thing is, like you said, it's like, oh, there's something there that maybe didn't work or maybe it did. We don't know, but report. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I guess. I don't know. What else do you think could be a problem in this that we're not maybe seeing? Because,
I don't know. The only thing I can really think of is the fourth wall stuff not landing that much.
Yeah, same.
Which I say that purely because if you look at the trailer, people are like, why does this look like it's in the 90s? And it's like, it's supposed to be like the 70s and it's purposely like that. Because Hulk TV show is clearly a callback, but
yeah. And again, I know people think the fourth wall thing is great because it's creative genius. It actually hasn't been great ever since Deadpool oversaturated it in the mid 2000s. It's kind of gotten stale in Marvel itself, which is why they haven't gone to it. And the Deadpool film, specifically Deadpool 2, ran that joke into the ground in a 2-hour runtime that I never want to see it again. So maybe it's a little too grating, on the nerves. Like, I mean,
possibly
it's a tough subject.
Because apart from that, I can't think of anything because we've seen nothing, so I can't really go, oh, it's because of that.
Yeah.
So I no idea.
And I mean, if the rumor is true that we heard previously that they could possibly have Kevin Feige appear in it and break the fourth wall as he's like the creator of this whole thing, that automatically just stinks it up. Like, if it was Stan Lee,
that's the best thing ever. I need it.
No, well, see, we need it. We would love that because we didn't know who it is. But the general audience, they'd just be like, I don't get it. Like, they would get it if it's Stan Lee, right? It's like, oh, you created everything. That's cool. It's Stan Lee,
See,
but
I have a little bit more faith in the generals at the minute, because his face is everywhere.
Oh, it is.
All get, every time he opens his mouth, it's all IGN have a picture of his face. I think people know who Kevin Feige is at this point.
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
Maybe not everyone.
But if you're on the internet, you probably know of him. If you search up Marvel, you probably know who he is. Yeah.
If you follow any sort of page that has any interest in what this is involved with, then yeah, you probably know who he is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true. So, we don't want to dwell too much on what's a rumor right now. We'll talk more about it when we see more, when we actually see a trailer and can fully go into it and see what's happening. But until then, we'll see what happens with She-Hulk if any more reports